I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm live with a Karen bun on my head. I thought it'd just be funny. I was hoping my friend Jazz would jump on and then she'd just freak out and think I was just talking to Karen. It's kind of funny. Diego's like, what the? He doesn't get it. Anyway, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try another set of earphones. I'm having real bad luck with earphones at the moment, so let's try these ones and let's see if we get any luck with this. Okay. One can tell me if it's working. Otherwise, I'm just talking to no one, to, well, talking to myself, which is fine. I don't mind. Because I'm trying a few different things, right? Hey, Rudy, how you going? Hola. It is 5:30 p.m. Rudy, what time is it for you? Hey, Rudy, you better tell me. Can you hear me okay? Because I'm just trying to test out a different set of earphones, and I'm not sure if you can hear me or you're hearing me through the microphone of the actual phone. So the sun is going to set, but we're going to walk a little bit first. I'm going to walk this way. Okay. Rudy's left. Rudy's left the building. So we're going to continue on our chat this afternoon. This morning I did a live walking on the beach, doing my first exercise, first 45-minute exercise. So now we're walking along the beach, different beach, watching the sunset while we do our second 45-minute exercise, while we continue the story, or continue stories of our favourite trips in Australia or abroad. So obviously Exploradora is chasing 80 countries, but not necessarily all my favourite trips have been overseas, right? You can have some of your best adventures in your hometown, right? Like, let me just tell you. So sometimes I do a live from, oh, look at this, guys. So someone's on the balancing rocks. It's interesting on that one. So guys, we are walking at Clontarf down to Woody Point. That's Woody Point Jetty, or Woody Point Pier, if you want to call it. We call it Jetty here in Australia. So I'm in southeast Queensland in Australia. Hence the accent. So g'day, mate. Can anyone tell me if you can hear me from the speaker of this, or if I'm coming out from the speaker of my phone? Can anyone help me with that? So sometimes I do lives from one of my favourite little spots in Redcliffe, and it's a great little adventure. So, like, obviously I'm not going away overnight. I live in Redcliffe, right? But I'm just driving like 10 minutes away from where I live. And it's a place that I kind of feel like I'm on my own little mini adventure. I've got the Red Cliffs of Redcliffe on one side, kind of like these but bigger. But you're like walking along the red dirt, and then the ocean's on one side, and then you've got the red cliffs. And it's just so cool. And like, I just feel alive. Hey, Heather, how you going? How are you? How are you? Look, I've got the bun on my head at the moment. I'm testing it out again. Actually, I'm just freaking out Diego. He's like, what the hell? I was seeing if I could do it again. Like, the first time I did it was just like a fluke, getting it on my head. But then I thought, oh yeah, it might be a better way of doing that. And it kind of didn't work out that bad, this one. The other one looked like a bit of a bird's nest on my head yesterday. Love the bun. Yes, you should try. Can you please video it and do a like, and then tag me in it? I'd love to see it. It's very cute. Do you ever wear your hair on it like that? Hi, Alyssa. How are you? So we've got the sun kind of setting soon. Not for a little while though. We've got a little bit of while. But so everyone, Heather's backyard is in Ireland. And I tell you, because we're talking about trips, and I was just saying about one of my favourite adventures is to go to a little cliffside area where I live here. And I kind of skip through there. I just pretend that I'm Dora the Explorer, right? Obviously, my name's not really Dora, but I like to explore, right? So it's just a nickname, right? But like, I really feel like Dora the Explorer when I'm walking through this little section and it's like these red cliffs and then you've got the beautiful water and there's trees. I feel like I'm not in suburbia, right? Like I live, like this is a built up area, right? But I feel like could be anywhere in the world. And I think that's my point in my channel is like, to have adventures anywhere you want, right? Every day can be an adventure, right? I was talking to someone this morning and I was asking him, do you want to come on the live and, talk about one of your favourite trips? And you don't have to, it doesn't have to be overseas because just because I'm trying to tick off countries, right? Doesn't mean that you necessarily have to talk about somewhere exciting like, Egypt or France that you've been, right? I definitely understand that I'm very, very, very lucky and very blessed, grateful that I get to, have travelled. But not everyone wants to travel, and I get that. So, like, yeah, Heather, like, every day can be an adventure. Like, especially like with you get it. Like, going out to your greenhouse is an adventure, right? To see what's growing, what's seeding, and what's giving you some produce, right? I mean, it's an adventure. Like, I think anyway. This guy Wayne, he was like, "Oh, I haven't been anywhere." I said, I'm sure you've been somewhere in your hometown. Like, it's got to be somewhere exciting that you like to go for a day trip or something. No, my town's boring. But I'm like, I was trying to be polite, obviously. And he's a good guy. He supports my channel a lot. But I was trying to say to him that, you know, it's the way you look at life, right? Like, if you think your town is boring, of course it's going to be boring. But I bet you any money there's something interesting to see there, right? By the end of our conversation, he said to me, he goes, oh, well, my town's got a lot of history. I said, that's cool. You got to come on and talk about that. Anyway, it was just interesting because I guess it's about perception, right? Everyone has a different perception of adventures, I guess. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Hey, Heather, can you hear me okay? Am I coming out of the microphone on my phone or microphone out of the headphones? So when is going to show the true colours and become a Karen? That's so funny because the reason why I'm wearing this bun on my head is my friend Karen. She's got a channel called YouTube Over 40. She always wears her hair like this on a bun. And I was just kind of having a giggle and I did my hair like this yesterday morning on a live and everyone was giggling saying, hey, it looks all right. And I thought this afternoon I would do the same just for fun. Shits and giggles really. Like, again, like, why be so serious about life, right? Just have fun. The volume's perfect. Okay, cool. Thanks, Heather, for letting me know. So you've got some people here getting their picnics out for sunset. Because, yeah, like this is a really nice little sunset area. Look at that. That's beautiful, right? That is beautiful. So, Heather, what time is it in the island at the moment? Must be 7 a.m. Oh my God, look at all the cars set up to watch the sunset. And someone's rode down on their bikes. There's electric bikes. Guys, we're in southeast Queensland, a place called Redcliffe. Beautiful, isn't it? It's very, very beautiful. I'm glad I can share this with you guys. Next with Nicola. Hello, Nicola. How you going? Guess what, Nicola? I've still got the bun on my head. I literally just put it on my head just a second ago. I was actually hoping that I'd get Jazz online. Hey, Heather, have you met, I think Heather and Nicola, you know each other, but Heather, you probably don't know Nicola's new channel. So Nicola's Recipes is Nicola, who's from Malaysia, that's living in Italy, that does all the recipes. She's got a new channel, which is Next with Nicola, which is going to be her channel about health and wellness, mindset, looking after, the temple basically and your whole mind, body, spirit. So we're all down for that. So that's Nicola's new channel. It's 8:40 a.m. I have to go drop the kids off at school, but I'll jump back on later. Hey, yeah, I'll be if I'm here because I wouldn't mind. I've actually put my link in my community post, hoping that someone might come on and join me and tell me about one of their favourite trips. So have fun dropping your kids off, Heather. If you come back and I'm around, I'd love to get you on, even for like 5-10 minutes, and just tell me about one of your favourite trips. But Nicola, next with Nicola. Would you be up to having a quick live with me? My link is in my community post. And yeah, if you also want to tell us one of your favourite trips. And it might not, it might even be into Malaysia. A trip that you did in Malaysia. Maybe you went down to Tioman Island. Have you been to Tioman Island, Nicola? That is so beautiful. All right, we're going to keep on walking, guys, because we're doing 75 hard and we're supposed to walk 45 minutes, right? Or at least 45 minutes of exercise. So we'll turn around and we'll be able to see the sunset. Oh, look, the sunset's actually going to drop behind the clouds. So we might not actually see the sunset, guys. Well, we're seeing the sunset, right? But maybe we're not going to see it actually drop completely. Oh well, it is what it is, right? Just like wildlife, you can't dictate when, like for example, I've been looking for koalas this week and couldn't find any, literally. But they're on their own agenda, just like the sunset, the sunrise. Sometimes it's cloudy, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's amazing, sometimes it's not. God, I'm deep today. Very deep. Beautiful. All right, well, we're going to literally walk over to the pier, and the end of the pier. Who wants to come say hello? Oh my God, there's 3 Frenchies down here, 3 French bulldogs. They're funny little things. Pizza. These guys have got pizza. Oh, what I do for pizza, guys. So I'm on day 46 of 75 hard, which is, if you don't know 75 hard, it is like a mental health challenge to challenge yourself. And it's challenging, I've got to say. Right now, I'm very challenged, right? I've actually got a bit of a flu and I have to do the walking. I have to do some exercise. So basically, 75 hard means that every day for 75 days, you must drink a gallon of water. Hence why I'm carrying water. which is 3.7 litres of water. You must do 2 45-minute exercises a day, which one has to be outside. You have to follow some kind of health diet. You have to read 10 pages of self-help book or some business kind of book, something about, working on you. You must take a progress photo of yourself. Oh, look, the sunset is pretty much gone. Oh, it might pop out, you never know. You must, what else is there? I think that's it. Oh yeah, no alcohol. No alcohol and no takeaway food. So that's why I was eyeing off the pizza. Big time eyeing off the pizza. I'd love some pizza. I mean, I could make my own pizza. I could. But, yeah, just stay away from it, hey? So, of course, when you can't have it, you crave it, right? And, it's the weekend. I'd love a wine. I love a wine in the afternoon, right? So this is the Woody Point Jetty. So a lot of people go fishing out here. It's very nice out here. I'm actually quite surprised it's not that. I'm surprised it's not blowing a gale because it's been windy all day. So maybe it's quite covered here. Probably at the beach at the other side where I normally do my morning walk. It's probably really, really. The little trolley's just moving across by itself. So what I'm talking about today is really not feeling my 100% self today because I've got a bit of the flu happening. Diego just came back from Europe. He came back with the flu and then he's passed it to me. Awesome. So that's not bad. So I'm not feeling my jippery self. But I can't not exercise, guys. If I don't exercise today, that means I go back to day one. I'm 46 days in. You're not going to find me giving up, guys. Not at all. So, yeah, here I am walking. But you know what? I love walking. And the school, I really did fly. You know what? I jumped on, I did a dive, and had two really cool exhibitions. One was with The Source. A lot of you guys know him. The Source, Doran, who lives in Maui. So I asked him the question, tell me one of your favourite trips. And he told me about a trip that him and his brother did when he was 18 years old, when they went backpacking to Europe. And it was great to have a chat to him about that. I was actually literally before I jumped on live telling him about a trip that I went to Germany. I went there twice and I really, really liked Germany. And he was saying how they love Germany and they were in Germany. So yeah, that was a really good chat actually. And then Mike jumped on, so Mike Adventure Sparks, and he was telling us about a really cool trip that he had quite a few times as a kid. His parents, for Thanksgiving, used to take all their food, plus some, down to the Baja Peninsula. So we're probably not going to go see a sunset, guys. Oh, this guy's caught some seagrass, some more seaweed. That's a bit different. Okay. I think I'll just turn the microphone off. What was I at? Oh yeah, so Mike Adventure Sparks jumped on and he told us about this story about how him and his family used to go down for Thanksgiving down to the Baja Peninsula, and basically, make food and give food to the locals in the Baja Peninsula, and how
What a beautiful, great, thing to do. And he was telling me about his cousin. His cousin actually is like a missionary, and they basically fly into remote areas, kind of around Port Aventuras. Anyway, he had a YouTube channel, so I checked out that this afternoon, and it's really good. Basically, the whole family, they, yeah, live full time making YouTube channel videos, but also going to remote villages around Mexico and, giving them care packages. So it was really good to watch. Okay, I'm going to get back in here. Oh, so yeah, very windy now. Whoa. Me trying to talk into the microphone. Oh well. So I sent the link to Jazz. Jazz could also be busy though. Jazz is now our friend Jazz Nomad TV. She's actually in Paris staying with her cousins. So I know I was just talking to her a little while ago. She was up and she went for a morning walk. So I don't know if you know what she's up to today. I actually don't know what her agenda is, what she's doing in Paris while she's there. Is she? I'm sure she's planning to go walk around the streets of Paris. I know that. I'm not sure exactly what she's planning to do, but I'm down for seeing anything of Paris. I know she's going to do some lives because she's scheduled all her content because she's going straight from Paris to Africa. She's going to Rwanda, she's going to Tanzania. Yeah, she's going to do a whole lot of countries that I can't wait to do next year. So I can't wait to see that content. But obviously, we're not going to get that content till she comes back. So she's scheduled all her content from her European trip, and we'll get that start drip feeding that while she's on holidays. But she will do lives. She said that she's planning to do some lives from Paris. So that'll be fun. It's still beautiful, right? That's gorgeous. So, yeah, really down for that. So, I was actually just saying to Jazz before I started this live, I sent her a voice message saying, hey, thinking about doing kind of, swapping it up and not just always doing morning lives. Because obviously, when I do morning lives, I'm more capturing, Australians and Americans. Well, whereas if you do it the afternoon, you're more capturing Australians and people from Europe or the UK. And I have a good following of people from America, but I really would like to start trying to make some more friends in the YouTube world in Australia and also in the UK, in Europe, kind of thing. So this is my attempt to start doing lives, talking about travel, obviously, the subject. So yeah, you might see one or two lives in the afternoons from down here, trying to tap into seeing if I can make some friends doing these lives. I mean, it's interesting how, right? I've made quite a few friends by doing lives. Like, for example, Matt Launton. He's from Cheshire. He dropped into one of my chats, one of my lives one day. And then he's just like, whoa, this is really windy. We just started talking. And yeah, we bonded. He subscribed. I subscribed to him, got to know more about him. And then he would, yeah, drop into my lives. And yeah, so that was an interesting connection. And then he's told me other creators, like he introduced me to Katie from Alaska, and she's dropped into a couple of my lives. But she's from Alaska, so that's kind of, nearly America. But yeah, I guess in the attempt to try to find, more European people to follow me, or, English, I guess, English, because obviously I don't speak Espanol or, but, most people in Europe do speak English, so they'll get me. But I also need to start making content. Oh my God, bone of contention with me, I tell you. I'm busy being busy. Like today, I've had the day off work because, I didn't want to go to work and cough and splatter. I really did want to try to get a video out. I've made the thumbnail. It's half the battle, right? So I've got a video that I need to make. I don't need to make anything, right? But it's a video on it says Dora versus Diego. And I've got a picture of me at the Eiffel Tower from May. And I've got a picture of Diego from the Eiffel Tower in September because we've both done solo trips this year to Europe. And then I've got, and then I think, what else is this? Sparkle on or something. And then the caption I've got is like, who won? As in who saw the better sparkle of the Eiffel Tower. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, the Eiffel Tower on the hour from 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock sparkles. No, it was 8 till 11 only. I don't know. I know, 8, maybe it's not 8. Maybe at least 9, 10 and 11 for 3 hours. On the hour, it sparkles for 5 minutes. Or was it 10 minutes? I should know this, so I'll have to look it up. But it's pretty cool. I'd never seen that before. It's only kind of a new thing that's happened in the last 5 or 6 years, but it's very cool. I'm not going to tell you what Diego saw. You'll have to wait for that video. I think I won't admit it to him, but I think he probably saw it better. But we'll see. But you know what? I complicate things. Like, Jazz says to me, right? Keep it simple, stupid. Don't try to, don't over edit. This is the thing about YouTube, right? People don't want to see the whole beautiful edit, right? They want to see real footage. I mean, you can't get much more real than, I'm filming, right? But, when you put it together and try to make a story, maybe I spend a lot of time editing. I love editing. I'm going to be honest. I really do enjoy editing. It's just it takes time, right? It definitely takes time. And you want to build a story, right? And I'm still learning about trying to, tell stories. I mean, I've done the trip, but I want to make it an interesting story for the viewer to watch. And I guess that's where the magic happens, right? That's where if I can get that right, I'll start getting more watch time, more subscribers. Right now, I'm just doing absolutely nothing. I'm just doing lives, which is fine. I'm still getting some watch hours, but you can't bank on that, right? Because, it's not it's my long-term plan is just to do lives every day. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? Who bloody knows? But I definitely do want to do content, long-form videos. I do a lot of shorts, but only just for fun. I don't plan to be a short video, like a short station or channel, should I say? Because let's face it, no one ever makes money on that. Like, you've got to be have trillions and trillions of views to actually make money, and that's not really what I'm here for. So, really, if you ask Dora, why are you on YouTube? I would tell you, well, I'll be honest. I'll be like, oh, wow, wouldn't it be awesome to be a full-time content creator and make money? But I also know I'm also a realist, right? I don't want to travel full-time. I actually like being home. I like coming down here and watching the sunset. I like going for a walk in the mornings on my beach. I actually don't mind working and doing what I do. But it'd be nice not to have to do it, full-time. Like part-time would be great and make a little bit of part-time income from YouTube. But I was watching a really interesting video this afternoon and talking to my friends, like my friend Jazz Nomad TV, she's got another channel, a French channel, and she's monetized there. And she's truthful. She's like, I don't make much money there. No, it's like, it's hard. And, everyone wants to be monetized, right? And like, there's a lot of people, in the communities that kind of I follow that are really pushing to, let's get more subs, let's watch people's playlists. And, but it's not healthy to do that, because like a sub for sub doesn't mean they're actually going to watch your videos, right? And you spend, like I just talked about, like I spend ages making videos, right? I want people to watch them. I don't want people to just sub me and see you later. I want people to watch and, be put in the picture and feel like they went to that place, though they're watching it from, their bed or their lounge room on the TV or from their phone in their car. I want them to feel like they went to, Luxembourg for the day with Dora. And like, oh, cool, I've never thought about going to Luxembourg, but maybe now I want to go. That's what I want to transmit, right? And, you know, I get that it's nice to have, 2,000 subscribers or 4,000 subscribers or whatever it might be, right? Because I've been there and I've tried this with the Instagram and I got my channel up to 5,000 subscribers. But it was fake, I'm going to be honest. I did the sub for sub thing. But on YouTube, it's follow for follow, right? And, they don't come and watch your stuff. So it's exactly the same. So I was very, mindful that with YouTube, I didn't want to do that. And a lot of people are pushing the playlist, watch people's playlists, put a playlist together and, put some playlists, so people can watch your playlists. But, and I'm going to be honest, I tried to help out a couple of my friends by doing that, watching their playlists. So what you do is I just turn it on the TV and I go to work. So basically it's just playing while I'm at home, like while I'm at work. But like, I think YouTube are going to catch on that no one's actually watching these. So, I don't know, I'm just not into that. So please don't be watching any of my playlists, only if you want to watch them. So I'm actually going to I'm going to change all my playlists and make them not so long. Because, yeah, I don't want anyone to be doing that, trying to support my channel by doing that at all. I want to, as I said, like, I'm not unhappy with where I'm at with my watch hours and my subscribers. I'm slowly growing. So I'm on, God, am I on 600? Or was it 700? I think I just made 700 subscribers. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I've got 700 subscribers. I don't even know. Yeah, 700 subscribers, which is really cool, right? And I have been going for about a year and a half. I started last January. Not this January, last January. So, yeah, for some people that's like a long time. They're like, oh my God, that's, a long time. Some people can post one video and get like 2,000 subscribers and their watch hours in one video. Not me. Isn't that gorgeous, guys? That is beautiful. So, and when I started doing lives, right, the reason why I started doing lives was I was traveling. I was in Indonesia and I don't bring a laptop when I travel at all. You couldn't pay me to sit there and make a video when I'm on holidays. We should refrain from that, because if I want to be a part-time travel content creator, I'm going to have to do that. Okay, so take that back. Let's rewind. Okay, so when I first started doing lives was when I was in Indonesia back in February. I didn't take my laptop with me. So I thought, it'd be fun to just do a live from the roof of my mum's apartment where she, has a house. And it was really cool. I was able to show people at like 4:30 a.m. in the morning the call to prayer. I thought it was really cool. And then I was also, for exercise, I was using the poise. I was doing the poi dancing. That was fun. And obviously that's when I first started doing lives, and I didn't get many people following me, but that's okay, or subscribing or like watching. But it was more the fun of doing it. I actually really enjoyed it because it was content and I didn't have to exercise. I didn't have to edit it. So that was pretty cool. And then in May, I went to Samoa and I did the same thing. I was like, I ain't bringing a laptop. And so I literally just did lives from random places. So I did a live from the beach down in Samoa, like where we were staying, so I could take people through the, oh my God, what's that? the little hut we were staying at. Completely forgot the name of the hut now. Showing them the beach, and then I took people for. We went on a walk to the blowholes, the lava at the beach, and they've got these massive blowholes that go flying up. It was so cool. It was really cool. And I think Paul, that's when Paul D in Australia and I kind of connected. I mean, we were connected already, but he started jumping on my lives, and he was like, "Oh, that's really cool," and yeah, cool. And then I'd be at another location, like I can't remember, like I think I was at a church that was completely engulfed by lava, and it was so cool. And there was a whole story about the missionary family that looked after the church, or basically came to the area and kind of introduced Christianity to the Samoan people. And now Samoa is like a very, very religious place. Like on the weekends, they have Mormons on Saturdays, nothing is opened. Mormon shops are closed. Then on the Sundays, nothing's open for the Christians. Like they're all at church. So yeah, so it was a really interesting experience, I've got to say. And we went to church. Anyway, that's that. Yeah, that's. I haven't posted much about that trip yet, but yeah, that's when I really started doing the lives, and that was fun. It was really fun. I started really enjoying it actually. And then I went. Oh, this wasn't planned, but I ended up literally 2 days after coming home from Samoa, flying to Europe. And I've got to say, guys, if you are listening to this on a replay or listening in the background, Dora is very grateful. I must say, we're going to stop, have some water, because we can almost forget to do that. Wow, look at those rays. That's really cool. Shit, shivers. Whoops. Look at the rays. It's like two hands saying up, like hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Thank you, universe. Thank you, Allah. Thank you, Buddha. Thank you, Mother Earth. Well, thank you, universe. Must say, I always, when I see a sunrise or a sunset, I always have to just stop and just remember how absolutely grateful I am for life. You know, I turned 50 this year, and I don't think of, death much. I still feel really young and vibrant, right? But, I have had friends, die around me. And so, you do check you check your mortality kind of thing sometimes. And I think these are the moments that I sit here and I think, how lucky am I? Who am I that I get to sit here and watch this beautiful display from Mother Earth? Like, really, like, who am I? Who am I to actually get to see this and feel this and walk this and talk about it and show it to other people randomly across the world? Like, I don't know who's watching right now or who will watch the replay, but how beautiful is this show? It's honestly just so gorgeous. And this is kind of like my backyard. Like, honestly, look at these people. They're all watching the same thing. We're all here, literally just watching this fantastic show. It's Friday night here. It's 6:08 p.m. And wow, thank you, universe. It's like, and honestly, I could cry sometimes and think, I'm so lucky to get to live here and call this home. I thank my dad for this, actually, and my mum. My mum and dad, they decided that they would move to Redcliffe. I used to live in the country, and I've not moved away. I love this place. I've lived in different houses in here. I'm now moved back to the family home, and I own the family home. And Diego's renovating it, and it's turning into a beautiful home. But it's got beautiful memories, right? Because as a kid, I've got wonderful memories growing up there and playing here and hanging out here with my friends, walking on this exactly same path many times with different friends, different dogs, actually. Crazy, hey? Different dogs I used to walk here with. Crazy, crazy. And, when I think about just recently, I went and saw a friend that was in palliative care. She was my best friend when I was in kindergarten in grade 1 and 2. And she literally just passed away. She chose to die because, well, she didn't choose to die, but she had no choice. She had really aggressive cancer on her face. And she also had kidney failure. She had had a kidney transplant, but it didn't take. So she was basically getting dialysis every week to survive. And the doctor basically said, well, the cancer that's basically in your face is going to take over and basically kill you, or, or you could, well, they alluded that, you could decide to enjoy the last couple of days of your life or last weeks of your life by not having dialysis. And that's what she decided to do. So she ended her own way. She, decided to go off dialysis. And I was really not thinking, do I go or not go? And this is the kicker, right, guys? I hadn't actually seen my friend since probably was about 8 years old. So that's 42 years. I hadn't seen her for 42 years. We'd kind of made friends again on on Facebook. So she knew all about my life. She'd seen my photos and videos. I'd known all about her life. She even had a lung transplant. So she wasn't a well lady. It was really sad. She wasn't well. She had a lung transplant, but that took, and that was amazing. But yeah, she had to have a kidney transplant. That didn't take. So hence why she's back on dialysis. But then she had a cancer that was on her face, attacking her face. She had radiation and it didn't work. And then started coming on her other side of her face. And they said, look, there's nothing we can do. But it was such an aggressive cancer that they said that it will kill you. So she decided, well, you know what? Why would I stay alive and keep on having this dialysis that's, makes her feel terrible and then makes her feel good and then makes her feel terrible and makes her feel good? She's like, well, you know what? I'll enter my way. So she decided to, go off it. And she ended up in palliative care. And her brother said to me, go see her. She'd love to see you. And she's really good. Like, as in, like, she's not, sitting there in looking like death. She looks really well. So I went. I'm glad I went because he ended up telling her that I was coming. So she was expecting me. So imagine if I didn't go. That would have been absolutely horrible. I'm so proud that I did. But when I tell people that I went and saw a friend that I haven't seen in 42 years, they're like, why? And I go, why not? So anyway, but you know what? I'm so glad I went. It was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Her friends were there, different friends that used to live with her. I got to meet them and it was like a party. We were sitting there, we're having there was food, there was strawberries, there's raspberries, there's cakes. We were all just sitting around laughing and carrying on. And my friend Jen was introducing me to her friends and telling them about, some of my crazy adventures and how they call me Dora. We're talking about travel. And it was beautiful. It was really nice to just see my friend that I once upon a time, as a little kid, running around, little Dora, used to play with, right? Now grown up. Yes, she has, a growth on her face and she's going to die. But it was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And, when I look at this, I think how lucky I am to see this, right? Because, she's not lucky enough. She's not seeing this anymore. I don't know where you go when you die, but she's not on Earth anymore, right? Her physical form is not here. Maybe she's sitting right next to me, tapping me on the shoulder saying, thanks for the shout out, Who knows? I don't know. I don't think about it too much because, well, why? But yeah, I don't think we appreciate the moment till it's gone. And I tell you, that was a really nice moment that I did. I went and saw her, and it might sound really stupid to say that, I hope I, gave her a smile for coming to visit her. Like, that sounds really stuck up, right? Haven't seen her for 42 years, and I'm seeing her on her deathbed, right? But it was beautiful to, things happen for reasons. I really do believe that, right? We meet people for seasons, reasons, lessons, and things definitely happen for reasons, right? And I was supposed to go see her, and there's a lesson there that to live every fucking moment and to really don't let your life drift away. If you want to do something, just go do it, right? Yeah, I know that, things cost money, I get that, right? But if there's a way, put it out to the universe, put it out there. I know it sounds very like, oh yeah, easy for you to say, Dora, I've always wanted to travel but I've got this debt and I've got this and I've got this. Hey, we've all got stuff, right? Trust me, I get it. We've all got stuff. But it's about how much you're going to sacrifice to make something happen, right? Like, when I travel and I plan to travel, I don't buy anything. I don't buy takeaway food. I make my lunches. I hardly go out. I don't go to pubs because I'm trying to save, right? I buy secondhand clothes because I put more value on those trips, right? So I want that to happen. I want to go to that place. So I'll sacrifice now. I won't go to the pubs. I won't go to dinners. I won't go to, like I've got a wedding to go to on Sunday. I didn't buy a brand new dress. I bought a secondhand dress. And I'm just going to recycle shoes that I've got already in the cupboard. Does it matter? No. Do I have the fake nails? No. Do I put the long lashes? No. Do I get my eyebrows done? No. Probably should I? Probably. Do I care? No, not really. No, not at all. But again, I don't put value on those kind of things. Other people might, right? But that's okay. Oh, I didn't even realise there was a whole lot of people there. Sorry, guys. I've been completely talking to myself. I hadn't even, moved the thing. So Nicola's got here. Yes, she's Australian. I'm walking downstairs now, Dora, and watching you on from the ground, listening. Can't write. Okay, that's cool. Sorry, guys, I completely didn't see that there was a whole lot of people there. Yeah, I'm Australian. This is southeast Queensland in Australia. So I'm in Queensland, guys. So the sun's set here. And isn't this beautiful? So I've literally been just gnawing away, like blah, blah, blah. Which is fine, guys. This is my channel. But if you're new here, hi, I'm Dora. And I'm just talking about how extremely, extremely lucky we get to be alive, right? Like I was just telling a story about my school friend, right? She would have turned 50. She hadn't even turned 50 yet. I know her birthday's at the end of the year. I don't know why I remember that, right? We might not have been seeing each other physically for 42 years, but I'm sure her birthday was at the end of the year. So she wouldn't have turned 50 yet. She's died at 49 years old. And, that's young, guys. She never got married. She never had children. She really was unwell for the last 15 years of her life, which is really sad. So that's why I never got to see her because, there was COVID and then she was, had the lung transplant. So when you have a lung transplant, you've got to be very careful. You can't, get any flus or anything, right? Because otherwise, the lung could be rejected. And then she had a kidney transplant again. Before you have the kidney transplant, you've got to be very careful. Can't get any viruses. Otherwise, you won't be available to get the kidney. And the kidney will go somewhere else. And the kidney was needed. And of course, her body rejected the kidney. I've just like, I think about myself in the last 15 years and how I've had amazing experiences in the last 15 years. I was talking this morning, right, about, I was talking this morning about how one of my favourite trips, one of them, I've got had many favourite trips, right, was a trip I did 15 years ago with my ex-boyfriend that I was with for about 10 years. And I openly talk about how it was a very bad breakup, very painful, it was very bad. Like, you should never use the word hate, but I hated him. And I'm trying not to hate him anymore because it's not good, When you hate someone, it just puts hate on yourself, right? He's not a nice person. The last time I saw him, I walked past him. He had my dog, right? So we had a dog together. He took the dog. We had a house together, mortgage, all the things. So it was a very painful breakup. I had to move out, lost the house. Not lost the house, I mean, I got paid out for some of it. Lost the dog, he took the dog, which is fine. I couldn't have taken the dog anyway. But, I don't have any right to see the dog. He walked past me, right, with a new girlfriend. And I said, "Hi, Nigel." And you know what he said to me? He goes, "Fuck off." It's like, righto. So anyway, whatever. So he's not a very nice person. So I'm going to be the bigger person. And so I don't hate him anymore. I was telling a story this morning about how we went on a trip together to Europe, and we went to Germany. So that was the second time I'd been to Germany. I really wanted to go back to Rothenburg. I don't know if anyone, actually, Nicola, Nicola's walking anyway, so she's just going to listen. But Nicola, have you been to Germany? Have you been to a place called Rothenburg? It's the Romantic Road area in Bavaria, near Munich. There's a place called, I'm not saying the right pronunciation, guys, but Rothenburg Totar. I'm not saying that right at all. Nothing right at all. But it's a walled village, right? So got to think about right back in the World War II times, the Nazis, all that kind of thing. They had a complete walled village around this little town of Rothenburg. Village, well, not huge, but it's a village, complete walled village, right? And then you can stand on top of the wall village and you walk around it. It's very cool. And then you've got the cannons and they've got windows. It's very, very picturesque, beautiful architecture. And when you go there through the day, it's so busy. Like, there's a lot of tour buses to go through. So when I first went there, I went on a tour bus there for the day. And I said to myself, I would love to go back there. So fast forward another 10 years later, I went there with this ex-boyfriend and we got to stay there overnight. So this is a huge tip to say, guys, that when you go to a place, if it's really touristy, try to stay overnight there, because once the tourist buses go, then like you've got the whole place to yourself. Well, there's a few tourists around, but you've got the whole place without all the millions of tourists running around. So we stayed there 2 nights, and as soon as the tourists leave, oh my gosh, it's like a completely different place. It's so quiet and it's so beautiful. Like, it's just, I mean, look, tourists are tourists, right? Like, I'm a tourist too, right? We fill up places, right? It is what it is. But if you stay in some of these places when the tourists go home for the day or like they move on, it's a great opportunity to see a place that's completely different. And we stayed there for 2 nights and it was a great experience. So I was saying this morning that I'm literally talking about this experience, talking about very fondly about how Nigel and I, that was his name, Nigel, were sitting in a park. There was no one around in this park. We're sitting around the park. We went to like a convenience store. We got some bread, some salami, some cheese. I got some wine. He got some beer, German beer. And we sat in this park and had a picnic. And you know what? I'm smiling even right now talking about it because, even though we had such a horrible ending, that was a really nice moment that we shared. And no one can take that away from us at all. And I just think, I was saying this morning, that's growth, right? That's real growth that I can now, 15 years later, go, what an experience that was. I'd love to go back there again, guys, if I'm going to be honest. I'd love to go back to that little town of Rothenburg. Rothenburg, yeah, Rothenburg. Yeah, beautiful place. Hey, Lala High Vibe Coach, how are you? Happy Friday. Yeah, it is Friday. How are you? I always kind of think it's a bit rude when I kind of don't look at people in the face. Hi, Lala, how are you? We're only kind of new friends. I actually was watching some of your videos this afternoon. You've got 3 channels. I was actually asking you in one of your comments, do you actually have a cold press juicer? Is that what you use? You were juicing watermelon with pineapple and talking about how pineapple is really good for like slimming. I love pineapple. And making pineapple tea. I've done that too. I love pineapple tea. So Lala, if you don't know, I'm Australian. I live in Queensland, and I'm just watching the sunset. Sunset a little while ago, and I'm just kind of reminiscing about. Oh, someone who wrote that down there. Someone's there. Oh, Nicholas got yes. Germany. Only been to Cologne, Hamburg, Frankfurt, Munich, and Dusseldorf so far. Yeah. Okay. But I'm just talking about how, even though I, had a bad breakup with that guy, I can still fondly think back about those times with nice thoughts now. I couldn't have done that like 5 years ago. So yeah, your girl Dora's growing up, guys. She's growing up. I'm proud of that. So, before I go, guys, I do have a link to my live. If someone wants to come on and tell me about one of their favourite trips, and it doesn't have to be a trip overseas. It can be a trip like, you don't actually have to go overseas for a favourite holiday, right? I might talk about going overseas, right? But some of my best holidays have been in Australia. Like this morning, I was telling on a live, I was saying that one of my best holidays was a hiking trip to Carnarvon Gorge, which is in Queensland, my state. I drove 8 hours in my own state still and went to a place called Carnarvon Gorge where we went hiking with a girlfriend. It was so much fun. Road trip. We were glamping. Yeah, that was one of my best holidays. Actually, I've had quite a few really good holidays in Australia. So anyway, if you would like to jump on. Oh, Lala. Oh, here we go. Who we got? We got Heather. Heather. Oh, I'm so excited. Heather. Hey, Heather. How are
Hi,
you? How are
yeah.
you? We've been
I'm
talking about
just
doing a live together for a while. Oh, you're going to show us the greenhouse. Yes.
I'm just opening up the greenhouse this morning, so
Oh,
you can
this is
see the
so
condensation
awesome.
on the walls.
Wow.
So
So what time is it now? It must be about 9:30.
yeah, 9:30. Yeah,
Okay.
ish.
So 9:30 Friday morning in Ireland, in Donegal,
Yes,
right? Donegal?
Donegal. Yeah.
Donegal. So guys, this is pretty special, guys. This is Heather's backyard, guys. Heather is Canadian, but she's got a Irish partner and some 2 children. 2 children or 3 children? Two
Yeah,
children, aren't you?
two
2 children.
two
Two.
boys.
2 boys,
Two
that's right.
boys, yeah.
And she's been living in
Living in Ireland since May of last year, so just over a year. I think we lost you, Dora.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
you're
so
back
my
again.
partner just rang me. Yeah, someone just rang, so I hung up
Oh,
on them. So, yeah.
nice.
So tell us about your
Um,
greenhouse.
yeah, so I'm starting the next round of crops in the greenhouse. So the summer crops are gone.
Yeah.
Just recently, actually, I have a video coming up of me taking out all of the tomatoes that were in the center row here and yeah, harvesting the last of the tomatoes, getting them stored away.
Oh,
And
cool.
now I've got fall crops growing. So yeah, Ireland is opposite season from Australia, so we are going into fall and winter here. So
So
prepping for
tell us one of
the
your
next
crops that you're
phase.
going to be growing for, yeah, autumn.
Yes, so for the next ones I don't know if you can see that here. So these are Brussels sprouts
Oh,
right
wow.
here, or Brussels sprout plants
Yeah.
growing, and it'll probably be like a January, February crop
Yeah.
when they're ready to be harvested. Actually, I'm not 100% sure because this is my first time growing Brussels sprouts. So
Okay. Fair enough.
experimenting.
Love
Yeah,
that. Love that.
definitely.
Love that.
Yeah.
So
And
Heather,
I also have
yep.
some peas there. Little pea
Oh,
shoots coming up here. So
yeah, cute. Wow.
yeah.
Love fresh peas. Hey, they are so tasty.
They are, definitely. Yeah.
So Heather, I was going to ask you, like, oh, you can't see me, so I'm not going to turn that around. So what can you tell us one of your favorite trips you've been on? Because you've been on a few trips.
Yes. Yes. I have one. Actually, I have quite a few, but I'll tell you one of them.
Yep.
It was in, I had some friends who were living and working in Oman.
Oh.
And so I don't know if the viewers are familiar with Oman. It's in the Middle East and near Dubai and the United Arab Emirates. And so they were expats, Canadians as expats in Oman. And they invited me for a visit, basically, while they were living there, which is pretty exciting. So I flew, very long journey from Canada, but flew into Dubai and then hopped on another plane to get to Oman, and stayed with them, got to see what their life was like in Oman. And then I rented a car and traveled around just by myself. And no issues traveling around. You just have to dress modestly, obviously, and cover your hair in certain places too.
Okay.
And so I traveled around and explored the countryside of Oman. And actually, my absolute favorite part of it was I stayed in a desert camp in the middle of the desert.
Oh, yeah, that would have been fun.
So I got to, because I rented a 4-wheel drive vehicle, I got to drive in the convoy out to the desert camp on the desert myself, which is pretty cool. And then we stayed overnight. The group stayed overnight and got to ride camels and have some local culture and music, and this is one of the desert camps that are more kind of more rustic. So there's different levels of desert camps. I wanted something that was very rustic and traditional, so it was in the traditional huts that people would sleep in.
So tell us about where you slept.
So
tell us about where you slept. Tell us about that.
Yeah, you sleep in like a little, it's like a thatch roof, not really thatch roof, but a grass roof hut sort of thing. And they just have a bed in the center of the little hut.
And what's the toilet situation like? So there would have been no toilet there. You'd have to go outside to the toilet?
Yeah, so you go outside to a communal bathroom area, and it's just a hole in the ground. So you squat and do your business. Yeah.
Love that. Love that. Not.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you remember some of the food you ate there?
Yes. Oh, the food was absolutely amazing. I can't remember the names of anything, but yeah, absolutely amazing. So,
yeah, right. I've never been, but I have heard really good things about Oman. So it's interesting that you drove around you hired a car by yourself and you felt comfortable driving around. That's good to know.
Yeah, no problem. Well, at the time, there was one place that I really needed to go pee, and it's very illegal to pee on the side of the road. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about pee on YouTube, but
yeah, of course you are. Of course you are. I talk about it all the time.
Yeah. Funny story. So I was looking for a washroom, trying to find some place, and I was stopping in places and can I use your washroom? But people are like, no, you can't use our washroom. And then there was one place that I stopped, and the guy had his little phone and he was taking pictures of me just because I'm but I didn't have my hair covered. And so and I was like, oh, I should probably get my hair covered and cover up a little bit, but I did find a place. I did find a gas station to go to the washroom, so I had to drive a little bit to find a spot. But
busting. Okay, right. Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess it's one of those things that a lot of people because you are a woman, and guys probably don't feel comfortable with you using their facilities. I guess sometimes probably, and Yeah, so you have to be. I mean, that's their culture, right? And be
Yes,
respectful, I guess,
exactly. Yeah.
regardless of how
Yeah.
busting you are to go to the toilet.
Yep. And
Yeah.
then in for booking hotels, I would book in as Mrs. And then
Ah,
kind of pretend that I was married
yeah,
traveler, and I actually would wear a fake ring on my hand just in case. So I don't
yeah,
know, just kind of peace of mind sort of thing. But
right. That makes sense. Have you been to Dubai?
yeah. Yes, yeah. On my way back, I stopped over in Dubai and traveled around Dubai, which is an amazing city, and went up the
Yeah.
Burj Khalifa,
Oh, did you?
which
Right.
is
How was that?
it's oh yeah, no words to describe how beautiful it is. So
Right. Nicola, have you been to Dubai? I don't know, for some reason I reckon Nicola's been to Dubai. I reckon she probably has. But
I think she said Oman. No, yes, I've been
she
to
said,
Oman.
oh, has she?
So oh yeah,
Okay.
Dubai is amazing. Yeah.
Ah, okay, right. Because I've actually I only flown in and flown out kind of thing, so I've never actually been in and out. But yeah, one day. But it's so like it's amazing. Like, well, how long ago was this that you went there?
That would have been, probably, I want to say like 9 years ago, maybe
Okay,
8 years ago, a while
yeah,
ago. Yeah,
okay. But
four kids. Yeah.
you could imagine like the changes from like then to now. Like, like
Yes. Yeah.
every time you look at photos of Dubai, there's new areas. Like, what's the place called the Palms, where they've actually made islands out in
Yeah.
the ocean. It's just amazing, like what they do there, like the infrastructure and the things they do. Crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, interesting. So, did you prefer
Well,
Dubai or did you like Oman better? Which one did you prefer? Or they're just different?
I yeah, they're different in their own ways. So Oman is very more traditional, and Dubai is more westernized in a way.
Yeah,
So, but
okay.
you can find traditional locations in Dubai as well. But I did go on a few tours in Dubai, and it was very commercialized and like aimed for
Mm,
tourists, versus Oman was more traditional.
yeah, fair enough. Well,
Yeah.
thanks for telling us that. But can I ask you one more little question? So,
Of
obviously,
course.
you live in Ireland, right? And you've been there a year now, so like you are a local now. So, like I've been talking on my channel about how you don't have to go overseas, right? You can have adventures at home, right? But we're saying that before
Oh,
when you were
definitely.
before. So, like, tell us one of your adventures that you could have at home. I mean, you've told us one of your adventures, like you go snorkeling and scuba diving, which is amazing, off the coastline in
Yes.
Donegal, like it's
Yeah.
amazing. But what's
Yeah.
another adventure? Because I already know that's one of your adventures, right? Because I never even knew that existed, that you could go snorkeling and scuba diving in Ireland. So what's another
Yes.
adventure you could
Yeah.
have? What's another adventure you do?
I have a list of adventures that I haven't been on yet. So one
Oh,
of them is
okay.
actually hiking the mountain, which is like right here. And I'm gonna go out
Can you
of the
show us?
greenhouse and maybe I can show you. Yeah.
What's the mountain called?
So Mount Errigal.
Mount
And so
Errigal.
I hiked Errigal when was it? Well, my very first trip to Ireland. You can see it today. Just go over here for a second. I don't have my rain boots on. My feet are going to
Yeah.
get soaked if the grass is wet.
Oh, yeah. What you do for YouTube, I don't know.
Flip the camera around. It's
Okay.
got cloud cover on the top of it today. So that's the mountain
Okay.
there.
Okay, I can just make it out. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So how far is that hike? Like, I mean, how many hours does it take to go up?
An hour and a half or something like that. So
Okay.
not too bad.
Okay. Have you got a
Yeah.
plan on
Or
when you're going to do it? Are you going to take the boys? Are you going to
well,
go with your friends, or what are you
yeah.
going to do?
I'll probably just do it myself and do a little video of it, but I haven't
Yeah.
fully decided yet. So the boys are too young for a hike. It is pretty steep up at the top.
Okay. Yep.
So yeah, they're a little too young for that, but eventually they'll get it.
Yeah.
They'll
Okay.
be
Well, I
able to do
mean,
it.
what a great place to, start growing up.
Yes. Oh,
So,
definitely. Yeah.
so Nicola's got a question here for you, Heather. How do you find life in Ireland, Heather?
Oh, yes. I absolutely love it because I am from a big city, and look at the beautiful countryside. I love
So
being in the
green.
countryside. So you
So
can see that
green.
so green, and lush,
Yeah.
and it's green all year round. The grass is green all year round. Not like where I'm from, Calgary, Alberta.
So you're
They get
literally from a
snow.
city. So you're literally
Yeah,
born and bred in a big city. And here
yeah,
now like a
born and
country girl.
raised. Yeah.
I
And
love
I've
that.
always been drawn to the country and wanted to live in the countryside. And so it's amazing that I get that opportunity now.
Yeah. Wow. That's
That's
awesome.
where my potatoes are living
All
in
right.
amongst the weed. And then I've
Cool.
got
What's
purple
that there?
cabbage there.
Oh, have you got a cover over the top of it?
Yeah, I cover over the top. Yeah.
Right, purple cabbage. Yum. I love purple cabbage. That's so tasty. I bet you Nicola could
Mhm.
make a really
Yeah.
nice recipe for us with purple cabbage.
Yes, definitely.
So before I say goodbye to Heather, can you tell me what's your favourite food in Ireland that you've tasted?
I do like black pudding. I really don't know
Oh, do
what black
you?
pudding is made of. I do like it. It's got an interesting flavor to it. So
It's
yeah.
actually that's interesting because I actually don't mind it either, but I don't want to know what's in it because then we might change our
I don't want
mind.
to know what's yeah.
Nicola,
But I like the flavor of it.
Okay, Nicola, have you had? Oh, hello! Look at this dog. He's huge. Oh my God, he's a massive dog. Nicola, have you tried black pudding? Don't tell us what's in it, Nicola. Don't tell us what's in it. Have you tried? Do you like black pudding? I'm sure she's tried black pudding. Well, look, Heather. Hey, actually, Heather, before you go, you don't want to do the bun thing for me, do you?
Oh yes.
Hey, Nicola.
Let me see. I've got my.
Okay.
Let me put my phone up here.
Okay, cool. This is so exciting.
I don't know how it's going to work. I don't have any accessories, but my hair's
That's all right. Doesn't matter. So Nicola watched me put my bun up yesterday. So now you're going to watch Heather do the bun. She's going to join the Karen Bun Club.
Yep. It's funny. I would normally, if I'm going to yoga or something, I'd put my hair up like this, but yeah, it's more neat and let me make it messier.
This is so cool. I'm trying to get some light on me so we're both standing here with our buns.
Yeah. I wonder if I can tell I'm not very good at this. I could just do a twist.
Messy bun's good, yeah.
You'll see something.
That is so cool. You look like Bam Bam. Bam Bam. So Nicola, you get the 2-in-1. You get to see Heather with her hair up, join the Karen Bun Club with Dora with her bun on her head too. That's hilarious. That's great. So that's your yoga look.
Yep. Yoga look.
That's cool.
I'll just tuck it in a little bit. Yeah. Anyways, there we go.
Oh, that's cool. Look, we've both got our buns. There we go. Oh, I'm trying to get some sun. There we go. Both with our buns.
Nice.
Thanks, Heather. Thanks for jumping on and telling us, about your story in Amman and Dubai, and then, where you want to go hiking in Ireland, and then doing the bun. Thank you for joining the Karen Bun Club. Do you know who we're
thanks for having me.
Do you know who we're talking about? Karen from YouTube Over 40?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
excellent.
I've seen her channel. Yeah.
Even better. Even better. Do you mind if I make a short of this?
Oh, yeah. No, feel free. Feel free.
Okay, cool. She'll love this. So who else can we get to join the Karen Bun Club?
I'm not sure. I'll have to think about that. Yeah.
I'll have to think about that.
Someone will.
I'm sure. Well, thank you very much for jumping online, Heather. And
thank you for having me.
I'll send you an email, or we'll send you a WhatsApp, because that date that we're talking about, our thingamajig, is coming up, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah, November.
Okay. Yeah. So we better start planning that. Hey. So yeah.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. So Heather and I are doing something interesting for a live in November. So stay tuned for that one.
Yes.
And
it'll be exciting.
yeah, so obviously we'll see you more on. You did a live the other day too, didn't you? You've started doing lives yourself.
Yeah, well, tested one from the greenhouse just to see what
Yeah.
the quality is, and the quality is not bad from the greenhouse. So.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we'll get to see more from the greenhouse. What's cooking or
Yeah.
what's growing for autumn?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have
Definitely.
power?
Yep.
Do you have power down there?
No, there's no power down here. So
No power. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Because I just had this vision of you picking stuff out of the greenhouse and cooking it in the
Ooh,
greenhouse. Wouldn't that be cool?
that'd be
you
interesting.
could,
I could use the camp
that's what I was
stove
going to say. You
because
could
we've
do
got a
that.
camping stove. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a really cool video? Like you could, pick
It would
something
be. Yeah.
fresh, like, fresh peas. You can make like a stir fry with peas or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or cabbage, purple cabbage stir fried, or I don't know, maybe, I don't know.
Mm.
There's an Irish, isn't there? Like, they do a cabbage kind of, I don't know, some kind of cabbagey thing that they do there in Ireland, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the food for thought though. I'd watch that. That'd be great to see
Yeah.
you
Interesting
picking
ideas. Definitely.
picking something fresh from your greenhouse, washing it, and then literally
Yes.
cooking it. That'd be so
Yep.
cool.
That would be fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All
Would
right.
be.
Well, thanks for jumping on, Heather. I'm going to go. But appreciate you jumping on, and appreciate you watching Nicola in the background, and I think there's a few other people there that I can't see. But anyway, I'm going to go. But you have a good day. What's on your agenda for the rest of the day?
I am actually shooting some B-roll footage for my next video, so I got to do that. I've been slacking on editing the long format videos, so I need to get some good footage for that. And
Okay.
And I'm actually heading on a fun adventure next week, so on an airplane. So,
Ooh, okay.
yeah.
With the
So
family
I'll
or
have
just
to,
you? With
just
the
me.
family?
So
Just you. Oh,
just me. Yeah.
okay.
I won't tell you
So,
what it is, but
okay, well, I look forward
yeah,
to seeing
stay
that.
tuned for that.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool. Well, that's exciting. All right. Well, we look forward to seeing that on your channel.
definitely.
And I'll
Yes.
be in,
Yeah.
I'll be in touch about the our live in November.
Sounds great. Yeah.
All right,
And
mate.
thanks everyone online. I see someone wrote, "Hi, beautiful, superior white queens to you two are gorgeous."
Oh, thank you. Thank you. See ya, Heather. Thanks you,
Yeah.
Nicola,
Bye,
for jumping
everyone.
on.
Yeah.
And if
Nicola. Yeah.
anyone else is in the background, thanks you for watching. See you guys. Bye.
Bye.